Welcome to another episode of the Part of My Back Show. It's me, your host, Sebastian West. Follow me on Instagram at _Sebastian West, where you can check out my artwork and all of its splendor. If you don't like what I'm kicking, like what I'm spitting, just know when you tune to this, the cloth is different. Still Walking. It's a Japanese film. Recently I checked out. It's been a little dry out here in cinema. Probably go watch Mad Max, but that's neither here or there. Still Walking. It is a comedy drama Japanese film. I haven't watched a Japanese film in quite some time. And I was doing some research. I was trying to watch another Korean film, and this one was recommended. So this is a drama comedy. Now the comedy that I like, which has it in there, is like a dry sense of humor, and this definitely had it within the film. It is a family-oriented film. It follows a family in, the trials and tribulations of just your family. Your everyday, we get together once a year, everybody sits down, eats, have a discussion, and it's things that aren't said that are said, meaning nonverbal communication is still communication. So it has you have the grumpy old man who is the grandfather. You have the grandmother who doesn't miss a beat, but is more passive. Yet she says certain things within the film. Oh, she was paying attention to that. Due to her easygoing attitude, people look past her. You have the son who is not following in his dad's footsteps. Yet and still he marries a woman who has a son. So that's a thing at the dinner table. That is the thing. You have the sister, she's more, I wouldn't say annoying. She's just not as mild-mannered and calm like the rest of them. So they meet up, they have this dinner, and things are being said. First of all, Pop Deuce has an issue with his son. Like, he wanted him to follow his footsteps and be a doctor, if I'm not mistaken, but he isn't. So mom hasn't worked. The grandfather has been a provider. Pop Deuce has been a provider. They get there from the door. They're treating the wife differently. They're asking questions about him. They're asking questions about their son to his wife. So they're basically probing. Trying to gather information. They're probing. And in the midst of this probing, the wife picks up on it and she tells him, "Listen, I don't know if they like me like that. Like, things, I don't know. It's just not, I don't feel the love here." He's like, "No, forget about it." Like, so she asks questions about her son. One little scene, man. Pajamas, right? So mom's gets her son pajamas. Wife has issues. She's like, "Well, why didn't she get my son pajamas?" She's like, "I ain't feeling the love here." So she buys you pajamas, don't get my son pajamas? He's like, "Man, don't worry about it. You know what I mean? Just, I'll be cool." Later on, she asked the wife, "Well, when you and my son gonna have some kids?" It's about that time. Like, what's up here? She said, "Yo, so when you gonna have kids?" She was like, "We have a kid." Mom's like, "No, when you gonna have a real kid?" It was crazy. It was crazy. The mom, it was a song that was being played, and Mom Dukes picked up. She was asking, her husband, Pops, Grandpops, like, why do you like that song so much? She was like, "I heard it one time when you were going to visit a young lady. I heard you in the hotel room singing it." She's like, "I ain't paying no mind. I just went home. But I heard you in there singing that song." Just little gems, man. It was dropping little gems. At the end of the film, they had the same sentiment. The climax of the film, it was the son said to his wife, because they were like, "Yo, we'll see, New Year. See you for the New Year." He was like, "Yo, we're not going back to New Year." And then when Mom Dukes and Grandpa was walking away, they said, "Listen, we don't want them coming back next year." Good film, man. Go check it out. It's called Still Walking. It is a Japanese film. It's subtitled. It's a good film. You have to pay attention. You know what I mean? Things are taking place without it being too much shenanigans going on, for the lack of a better term. Like, you just have to pay attention to the dialogue, man. It's great, rich dialogue. So go check out Still Walking. Slow run is better than no run. If you don't like my reviews, cut me some slack. If that ain't good enough, pardon my back. If you won't miss you, And lastly, let all things be done decently and in order. I'm up out of here, man. Like, share, subscribe. Salute.